Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing alright. Started a little bit early tonight for some reason, never mind. Here we are. So back tonight with round 5 of DSCs Premier League Season 7. So we're live tonight for round 5. Like I say, we're at Tokyo South clockwise. We've got the finals next week from Fuji, so stick around to see that. So we've got medium tyres on tonight. That's how the season's been run. So race 1 was softs. Race 2 was mediums, race 3 was hards, race 4 was softs, race 5 tonight is going to be on mediums, and race 6 next week, the finals, is going to be back on hards at Fuji. So it is the little Red Bull Radicals we're in tonight. We've got 3 different races. Is it 3 or 2? 2 or 3 races? Oh my god, I get so mixed up with leagues. We've got some racing tonight. We've got a little bit of qualifying and then some racing tonight. It could be just the 2 races. It does say 2 races on screen, but I'm sure we've had 3 races. Anyway, we've got racing, so come and check it out. Points wise, leading the way. So you are going to see, I forgot to tell people this, you'll see the teams on screen for the football, because obviously it's the Premier League, although it's not Premier League teams, all of them. You won't see those on screen. I'll be calling them by their driver names because that's how I do it. And that's all I can see. And, you know, if I'm not looking at liveries, which I'm not, I'm looking at the names. That's how I'm doing it. So we have got Wolverhampton leading the way at the minute with 179 points. Right behind them, though, is Luton Town FC with 173 points. Not too far behind then, just 6 points separating those two. Fulham in third, then big gap back to third place, 115 points on board for Fulham. Standard Liège in fourth, or League, or Liège. I don't even know if we figured that one out yet. 104 points in fourth, Celtic in fifth with 102 points. We've got Newcastle United with 94 points in sixth. Tottenham seventh with 90 points. We've got 81 points on board for West Ham United in eighth. Nottingham Forest ninth with 62 points. Wrexham FC in 10th with 58 points. We've got Man United 11th with 51 points. Apparently that's about how their season went this year. Charlton FC in 12th with 28 points. Rangers FC in 13th with 26 points. We've got Newcastle United under 23s. 14th place for them, 15 points on board for them. 15th place is the VAR car in with 14 points in 15th. And Middlesbrough FC in 16th place with 13 points. So not everybody's in tonight. But that is points up until tonight. Again, some racing. I think it is 2 races for this one. So let's get ourselves in. The merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. Hit me up at does make a good. Oh my god. No. There you go. All right. Racing. Sound. Blammo. See who we've got in. Still practice, no qualifying on just yet. So we've got Malak. You're going to be Malcolm tonight. Don't think we've seen you on track. Treviso, we've got him. He's a regular. Tim COK, another new driver. Chalky in on track as well. Bajonski, DDR IT43, RC MBE2, Janio. We've got Dazzler, number 1 Pops, and DMK Dominator. Does it say? Also 11 drivers on track then, unless we're waiting for anybody else. I don't think so. I think we're not far off starting this qualifying session. So let's put some nonsense on and new drivers. Let's go and have a look what you're racing in. So no team liveries for these two. Or have they? What's that on the front? What's that on the front? Aberdeen Football Club. That's the best as my Scottish is going to get. I think it said Aberdeen. I'm sure it said Aberdeen. Okay. And Maluk, have you got a team on board? Not looking like it. Not unless their club livery. I don't recognise. Club 100 smashed down the side. Is that Limp Bizkit? It is. I don't think he's racing for Team Limp Bizkit. I'm sure they're not in the English Football League. Or Standard Liège either, to be honest. DDR IT3 in the chat then. Again, you concentrate on the driving tonight, sir. Stop getting involved in the chat when you should have your hands on the wheel. Good luck to all though from him. Let's hope so. Alright, let's do a lap on board with Maluk Crosses the line then to start this fast lap here at Tokyo. Tricky circuit this one. Again, if you've noticed, it's just barriers all the way around here. Blammo, into the wall he goes. Carries a little bit too much speed through there. Through the S's. Again, tricky section. Carry a lot of speed through here if you can get them right. Be careful carrying the speed out though. A lot of drivers end up pinging into that wall on the right hand side. Switching down the hill then. Towards the hairpin under the bridge. Oof, a little bit of a wobble as he came off of that one. Trying to catch as much of that curve on the way through there. Keep it tight. Don't want to leave the door wide open. Driver's easily able to get up the inside if they can get the braking done down that straight into that hairpin. So almost a straight then this one. It is pretty much flat out. A couple of little squiggly S's to negotiate, but it's pretty much flat out through here. You can go for overtakes. I have seen people do it, but it can be treacherous, especially through these tunneled sections, slightly tighter than the rest of the circuit. Carries a lot of speed up towards this top right hand corner. Down the hill then. Tricky little chicane coming up. To lift these cars off the ground. Big curbs here. Boom. Gets a bit of a squiggle on through there, does Malakum. Keeps the power on. Gets a little drift on around that final corner and then stops it towards the line. Let's see what sort of time this one is. 1:48 fastest so far for him. It's a 1:46.7. Again, this is just practice. This is not qualifying just yet. Just give you a little bit of a look around the circuit while we were there. That's not what I meant to be doing. So anybody who's not watched, let's go and have a look at some liveries actually. Janio, Fulham Football Club on board for him. FFC, you can see, getting zoomed right in on. It does do that when it's at the side of the track. It pushes the camera over. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why it can't just allow the camera to smash through all these lampposts. Johnski squeezing his way through then. So Malakum, we decided, didn't have a team name. Chalky. CAST. Who were you? Charlton Athletic. There we go. IT43. Driving in the Celtic colours. I see MBE2 in the Standard Liège. Again, sorry about the wibble. That's just what happens when it gets the camera gets close to the edge of the track. It just goes, don't know what I'm doing. Dazzler, he's got the Notts Forest livery on, the red and the white. Tim CLK, we've already seen with the, well, it's just an Aberdeen logo smashed on the bonnet, to be honest, but you know, it is what it is. And then Treviso rocking the Wolverhampton Wanderers livery. So championship leader at the minute, Wolves. Again, it's going to be tricky to get some side-looking action on these cars due to the thinness of this track here. Again, they'll push over to the side, the camera will go a bit wonky. There you go. No. You can't go across there into the non-real. It says no. So you can have plenty of this tonight, I'm sure. Maybe a bit of in-car. We might be able to get some of this going on. Oi, get out of it. And you. Have to be a little bit of this due to the layout of the circuit. Again, there'll be some decent outboard footage. Rooftop cam, probably not tonight, unfortunately. Chomsky, we didn't get to see you. You were Tottenham Hotspur, weren't you? Again, a bit close and personal with him there. There he is. Tots of the Hots. That's a lad we've not seen on circuit yet. Driving in the Luton livery, no doubt. We've seen Dazzler, yeah, the Notts Forest, #1 Pops. Wait, hey? Oh, there he is. Wrexham FC on board for him. Not seen Hatter yet. There it is. The orange and blue. Luton. Something like that. What's it say on your roof there? Something matter, mind matter. Get a bit closer to that, can we? Can we get closer to that? No. No, we can't. This tricky chicane for Hatter then. Doink! Whoa, all over the place through there. Again, great big curves. So yeah, let me go into the not real here. Let me go outside here, not real. No, when I want to go out, no. Not for you, Hatter. Oh, just catch Tim CLK getting a drift on in front of Treviso. Again, naughty curves through that little chicane. Fun, these little Red Bull Juniors. Someone in the chat, tell me what horsepower they are, or something. Probably not a lot, I can imagine. Maybe they are. Why? What's the crack then? No qualifying? It's 15 minutes in with no qualifying. tidy when we first went on board with him. See if he's managed to figure these things out. Again, not raced in this league yet as Malcolm or Tim CLK. Well, not unless they've changed their gamer tags. Better through there. He ploughed into the wall on the exit of that corner. Gets through there nicely this time. Oh, a little drag through there. It's kind of more of a crunch, wasn't it, really? CMBE2 just trying to stay out of the way around there. Oh, he's actually into the pits himself. That's why he was staying out. So yeah, in the chats, if you know what's the brake horsepower on these little things, and why haven't we started qualifying yet? I didn't see that we were waiting for anybody. Risking it through there, Malak. Can go absolutely full tilt through that part of the circuit. Oof. Tiny little catch, almost like he dragged the wheel down the curb. He gets a drift on through that chicane. Seems to have got to grips with him with the mediums on. Let's see how he gets on in the race. Posed behind the wheel. Punch up going on here in practice. Hatter and IT43. Okay. Qualifying. They're all the same car. Look. Now they've all gone. So then, a 10-minute qualifier here at Tokyo. Same Pajonsky in first when there's hundreds of cars in front of him. He's lying to me. But who's up front? Okay, there you go. So we go across the first time in line and it all switches back to... It's not. So what is happening? Treviso, there he is. Oh my god. Every time I flick to a driver it was putting them to the back of the pack. Right, Treviso then leads us round on these on this outlap. Again, slightly weird option to this circuit. So we've just gone across the start finish line there. Yet if you have been paying attention, the pits is as we get to the end of that hairpin. Oof, a little bit of slam into the wall there for Treviso. I think everyone else followed him through there though. So yeah, we come around this left, we drop down back onto the ground level here, down towards the hairpin, and that's where the pit is, at the end of this hairpin. The end of this straight. Come through here, stay to the left. And there is pit entrance just there with the yellow banner above it. And that is pit exit just there to the left. Not quite halfway round, it's more like a quarter of the way round from the start finish line. Pits. Back onto this very fast section. Treviso already pulled a gap from everybody else, so he's not giving anybody else a tow on this first hot lap. What do you mean? You forgot to enter qualifying? Yeah, Dominator's left himself out of the racing. So Treviso then through that chicane. Oof. Risking it for a biscuit on the way out of there. Oh, he's picked himself up a little half a second penalty. That's going to dent this first lap for sure. He threw himself in the pits anyway, so that doesn't put Janio at the front of the field. But it is this man, Malak 98, that has come through. Oh, no, he's not. As I was just bigging him up. I'm going to big him up. He just came through to take pole. But then Naughty Dazzler and Tim COK came through and took that straight back off him. So it is another newcomer sitting on pole at the minute, Tim COK. Dominator is going to have to throw himself at the back of the pack. Dazzler then second on the grid at the minute. Again, just a 10-minute qualifier. A little bit of a glitch there from Tim COK. Smashing into the wall. Malak gets nudged down to third though, but that's still a respectable lap. Debut race, well, for us anyway, in DSC that I know of. And the little Red Bull Radicals. Hatters in fourth position on the grid at the minute. Bajonski in fifth. Number one Pops in sixth on the grid. Chalky seventh. RC MBE 2 in eighth. Janio in ninth. Treviso in 10th. He got that half a second penalty, so he threw himself in the pits. Didn't count that first lap. He's sticking in purple sectors now though, all on his own really. I think it's just DDR IT43 behind him. Again, not giving anybody a toe at the minute. It is IT43 out on his own as well, so he might have done the same thing actually. Picked up a penalty. Decided he's going to throw himself back in the pits, discount that lap, and now it's Hatterlad onto top spot. Times that 146.2 so far then. So I've still got the back markers of IT43 and Treviso to cross the line. Halfway through this qualifying, it is Hatter on pole. Malak went faster as well. He threw himself back into second position. Unfortunately, Hatter, right behind him currently, is a teeny bit faster. So the two back markers, Treviso and IT43, coming up towards the line. How fast Treviso sticks himself on pole then, why not? IT43, what's he going to do? Decides to do the same thing. Swapsies. So IT43 then throws himself on the top spot. 145.8. Oh, gets that one a little bit wrong on the run in and the run out actually. So almost 2/10 by a cat's whisker faster than Treviso. He just stuck himself in a 146.002, but IT43 wasn't having any of that. Hatterlad got to put a stomper on now then if he wants to get that one back. He's almost half a second slower than IT43. Not quicker on that lap, or a tiny little bit. Not enough to gain a position. Same for Malak, wasn't able to get himself back on the order. Nice little slide through there though. Maybe that's the line. Tim COK did come through and stick himself on pole for a few seconds. So Dazzler 6 on the grid, Chalky 7th. Bajonski 8th, half a second penalty for him, so that's this lap gone. Janio in 9th, number one Pops 10th on the grid. Darcy MBE 2 in 11th. So Treviso has found 0.02 of a second on that lap he's just finished. 146.000, and the lap before that was a 146.002. Still looking for time here then to try and get back on that top spot. Beat this man, IT43. Minutes into qualifying then. They will see another lap after this one. Hatter coming back up to the line then. Can he regain? No, he can't. The newcomer Malak comes back through though and retakes pole. Another 2/10 from IT43, so the pressure back on then. Treviso nudged down to third, Chalky up into fourth. So he put in a 1:46.1, that's a pretty good time for him. Hatter in fifth, then Janio sixth, Dazzler seventh, Tim COK eighth, RCME 2 in ninth, Didier Pachonsky in 10th. And number one Pops sideways through there in the 11th. This man just deciding he's going to have top spot for a minute left of qualifying as well. Treviso and IT43 coming up towards the line. Again, they will see another lap. Not quicker then. IT43 up towards the line. Also slower on that lap. Still this man on pole then. Final lap for these boys to have a push. Everybody else is still out on there. How long have we got? Oh no, these boys aren't going to see another lap, so everyone else is on their final laps now then. Nobody's going to get across the line. Oh, I'm not sure if that was a little bit of Chalky and a little bit of Hatter, or just all Chalky. I think that slowed Hatter down on this lap anyway. So far, Chalky stays fourth. Oof, no he doesn't, no he doesn't. All sorts of people coming through to make that, make me look an idiot there then. Okay, so IT43 still out on a hot lap, Treviso still out on a hot lap. IT43 got drivers in front of him, hopefully they realise he's on a fast one. If he's on a fast one. Treviso pushing them. Last corner, and it's just a stab down towards the line. Doesn't go quicker, not in the positions anyway. IT43, he's a little bit too far back from the line, is he? Yes, he is in this one, so it is going to be Malak 98 then that takes pole position for race 1 here. IT43 is going to be in second, Treviso third, Dazzler fourth, Tim COK in fifth, DMK Chalky in 6th, Hattalad 7th, Janio in 8th, Pachonsky in 9th, RCMBE 2 in 10th, number 1 Pops in 11th, and if you're wondering where the lobby host is Dominator, he actually forgot to enter his own race. Professional. What did you do last time? You had a 20-minute race. And then, was there something else? Was there something else you professionally did? I can't remember what it was. It's professional though, what all of it. He was wearing a suit and everything when he did it. There he is then, pole sitter Malak 98. If you get annoyed with me calling him Malak or if Malak gets annoyed with you calling him Malak he's got one race to make me change that. Is it actually Malcolm? don't know. Could be anything, couldn't it? So let's go and have a look at official results then. There he is, Malcolm 98 on that top spot, 145, 581. DDR IT43 tried his hardest, as did Treviso, but IT43 has to settle for second on the grid. Treviso third, Dazzler in fourth, Tim COK in fifth, DMK Chalky 12th in sixth. We've got DDR Hatalad 7th, Janio in 8th, Pajonski in 9th, RC MBE2 in 10th, and number 1 Pops in 11th. Oh, and Dominator. There, look, him. Forgot to enter his own race. I'm sure he was doing it for good sportsmanship. Here I'm kind of making this up on the spot to allow the other drivers a chance, because he knows he's a G at this particular circuit. Anyone falling for that? Didn't think so. Because even I didn't. Right then, let's go. Race 1 just about to get underway. The horns are blaring already. The revs are up. See if Malak can hold on to his top spot for the entire race. And they do get underway then. Swerves across the circuit. Tries to drop any kind of move up the inside into turn 1. Pretty much a 90-degree turn coming up here then. Oh, a few drag. Who was that? Janio got pummeled in turn 1. Don't even know who by, but he was into the wall before you know it, and then backwards on the other side of the circuit. Not able to get himself pointing in the right direction until everybody had gone through. So 5.6 seconds behind. Oh, a little clatter into the wall there as well. 6 seconds behind number 1 Pops. 11 seconds behind race leader Malak. Here he is, leading this field then past that pit entrance exit. Starting to pull a little bit of a gap actually. 0.8 of a second from IT43. Treviso. Side mirror full of dazzlers, not even a rear view mirror right then. Oh, there's drivers all over the back of him. Let's get on board with, it's got to be hat up. As I say, there was 4 orangey red cars. It looked like a pile of flames heading into the tunnel. Malcolm still leads. Tim COK and Dazzler side by side through that over the hill right-hander down towards this tricky chicane. Hatalad backs out. He's got Chalky right behind him. Everyone bottling up a little bit through there. Looks like everyone got through there pretty cleanly. Nobody able to go for a move. CLK has got himself past Dazzler into 4th, then Dazzler 5th. Hatter in 6th, Chalky 7th. Johnsky in 8th, CMB2 in 9th. Number 1 Pops in 10th, and Janio stomping on the throttle everywhere he can to try and close these gaps up. 6.7 behind number 1 Pops, 13 seconds behind race leader now. There he is, Malcolm sideways through the S's, 1.1 seconds. He's a ringer. He was lulling you lot. All going slow in practice. 0.5 seconds ahead of IT43. Got a little bit of a jiggle on through there. IT43 slowed him down a little bit, brings Treviso slightly closer. Wolves then, who is Treviso, current championship leader. Again, IT43, is it IT43? Not, is it? Is it Johnsky? Is it Tottenham? Second? I forget already. Don't even know what I've done with the mobile phone. Look. Who knows? So into this chicane then for Malcolm. 1.6 seconds as he goes into there. Loses a little bit of time on the way through. DDR IT43 gets a great run through there. Takes pretty much half a second out of Malak through that chicane. Still out of that slipstream range at the minute though, as it is Treviso from IT43. Top three starting to spread open a little bit. Hatter in fourth then, being chased down by Tim CLK in that fifth place Aberdeen Football Club team liveried or stickered. Red Bull Junior. RCME2 for Standard Liège. Everyone taking a little bit of car off their car. They're just there, just make it a little bit lighter, why not? Chalky in seventh. The one pops up the inside of Pajonski. Chalky gets a swap on through there. Pajonski gets a swap on through there as well. Back on the tail of number one pops though as they run up here, carrying good speed. Pops has got to give him the room, as has Pajonski through these corners. Pajonski just carrying that little bit of extra speed. Number one Pops backs off, throws himself back into the slipstream. So Pajonski drag him through here then towards this overhead right, closing in on Chalky as well as we head up the hill. Chalky goes a little bit wide, over into the wall through there. Get up through the chicane then. Chalky hard on the brakes, Pajonski following him through. Chalky's all over the place. He got that one all wrong, tried to carry far too much speed into there. And there's the result. Drops a position, Pajonski able to get through then into seventh. Now number one Pops possibly able to close up. Chalky's kind of back up to race speed now though. Pops is hot on his tail into turn one, so a little bit of something else to think about for Chalky. There he is, coming under threat from number one Pops. No, Dazzler, what have you done? What have you done to yourself? Why haven't you entered Dominator? What's happening? Dazzler's dinged himself down to 11th. Janio makes up a position then. It's not what he wanted this race. Got taken out in turn one, did Janio. Again, I'm not saying he got taken out, but he ended up backwards and there was all sorts of cars and wrong pointing direction. Red Bull Juniors. And he was the worst of the pointers. Almost backwards. Malcolm then loses a little bit of his lead. He's back under threat from IT43s into that slipstream range. Treviso's managed to pull a little bit of time back as well. Can he get himself back into the dirty air of IT43 and start closing that gap up? Tiny bit wide through that over the hill there for IT43. A little bit messy through the chicane as well. That gap stretches back up to a second. He picks himself up a penalty as well. He's got to lose it. Does he get away with it? He does this lap, so picked up the penalty a little bit too close to that penalty zone to drop it on this one. But the next lap, as he comes onto that start-finish straight, he will have to drop that penalty he's holding now. He's already losing time to Malcolm in front. Keeps himself out of the direct firing line of Treviso for the time being. Still 1.1 seconds between those two. He was closing that gap up. All three of them were getting a little bit closer together. Hattelad into fourth then, pulled away from any kind of threat behind him, pressing down on those three in front. CLK in fifth, RCMBE2 looking to close up on him. Oh, tight through there. Pajonski in seventh. 3 back from RCMBE2. No threats directly behind. Number one Pops has got his way past Chalky. More Pops into 8th then. Chalky in 9th. Janio's in 10th. He's managed to pick himself up half a second penalty as well. It's Dazzler that's fallen off the field now, 6.4 seconds back. So although he's closing the gap up on Malcolm in front, he's got this half a second penalty he's got to lose. Could lose this position to Treviso here. Always ends up being about a second you lose, to be honest. Let's have a look then. Treviso catching up, catching up. Side by side through turn one, plenty of room given, but it is Treviso that manages to just make that time up. So again, half a second penalty for DDR IT43 to lose. Treviso was a second behind him, and there you go, just able to carry that speed into turn one. Doubles that penalty, triples it really, so it went from pretty much half a second to a second because Treviso was able to close up. But not only that, Treviso got past. Got someone to chase though, back up this hill. Can Treviso now close the gap on Malcolm in front? 1.7 seconds the deficit at the minute. Again, he's just got to be a little bit careful of IT43 coming up behind him now. They might work together a little bit to close the gap up. Looks like they are. So IT43 pushing Treviso down the road to increase his speed, but also giving IT43 a pull along this road, so keeping him right here in the fight. Should, if they keep doing that, they will close the gap up on Malcolm in front. Then race leader into this chicane. Second and third look a little bit tidy through there, although look at the time gap that's stretched open. 2.1 seconds, 2.2 seconds. What happened to Treviso and IT43? Were you just slower through the chicane, or did you get the run over the top of the hill wrong? What happened? Losing time. Sees that now, only 2 seconds, or he just gets that below 2 seconds. Pushing hard then. 11 minutes into race one. Field spread out a little bit now, but has to be expected. Look at them going sideways through these turns. Seems to be the only way to get them through there fast. Chomsky hunted down RCMBE2. In 8th, number 1 Pops falls back into 9th and a long way back as well. There is Janio with another half a second penalty, unfortunately. Sitting in 10th at the minute, 3.4 seconds behind number 1 Pops. Dazzler slowly closing up on him. He was 6 seconds down, he's now 2.6. That gap will come down again as Janio loses his penalty. But look at this, Malcolm. Whatever happened to you boys over these next couple of corners on that previous lap? I don't know, but this man just went, yeah, closing up on me? No, you're not. No, you're not. And off he stomped. So he gains another little bit through there, so he must be carrying a little bit more speed through that chicane. Does look a little bit looser than the 2 drivers behind him, but it's obviously working. Again, these 2 working together to try and bring that time back down. They've just got to be careful they don't get too close, bump into each other. They're going to affect each other's lines if they're side by side for too long, as they won't be able to hit the fastest lines on the circuit. They'll have to take the defensive lines and the attacking lines. Going to slow everybody down, and it is slowing everybody down. Hatter takes a half a second out of them. Looking for a podium position then at the end of this race is Hatter. 1.2 seconds. He's on an absolute thrash. Now, are we seeing that second and third now decided to have a battle? IT43, Treviso side by side through here. Did see them working together on that previous lap, but not this time. Still side by side again. Tricky section to go side by side. Oh, they just drop out of it. IT43 slings himself back behind Treviso as they run up the hill. Almost side by side on the run into this over the hill corner. This is all helping Hatalad out. Down into the chicane then. Malak. 4.4 seconds. Have a half a second penalty. Lose that next lap, no problem. If you even see another lap, 4.3 seconds lead currently over Treviso. And it is now a battle for second with IT43 and Hatalad definitely involved in this. Hatalad staying in stealth mode, keeping his lights off. Oh no, they've turned on now. Closing up on IT43 here. All these drivers have to have a few different stabs at these corners. Trying to carry as much pace as possible to not lose these positions, but the sports mediums have got other ideas. Treviso maybe a little bit deep on the run in. IT43 and Hatter, I think, both clipped the line, clipped the wall, but that's it. So over the 15-minute mark, the final lap marker does show up in the top left-hand side of the screen. So this man has just got a chicane and two right-handers to go. The newcomer takes the win in race one. That's pretty much what's going to happen. As he teleports off track or folds himself in half on this corner, I think he's going to be safe. 3.9 seconds through the chicane then cleanly. Again, he will have to lose that penalty, I think, before the line. Is it? Yeah, it's going to be before the line. There is the penalty markers. Boom, he loses that penalty. 4.3 seconds though. He actually gained time with a penalty, and it is still kicking off for second behind, but it is Malcolm that takes the win. Treviso comes home in second. IT43 takes third. Hatalad took fourth. Tim CLK jumped from him. Tim CLK takes fifth. RC MBE2 crosses the line, takes sixth position. Jansky comes home in seventh. Chalky takes eighth. Number one Pops comes home in ninth. Janio in 10th and Dazzler in 11th, right behind him actually by the end of that race. There he is, Malak 98 on top spot in qualifying and taking the win here as well. First race for him this season. Now obviously going to be a worry for the final race tonight and next week's finals. So reverse grid for race 2. Let's see what everyone can do from that. Can get a little bit trickier as well with some of the faster drivers at the back trying to get through. It's not always the prettiest. In every league, I'm not saying this one, just in general, that's you know, that's what happens, especially in turn one. Obviously the slightly slower drivers maybe braking slightly earlier, maybe not quite getting up to speed, they will be closer to that corner, whereas the faster drivers at the back coming in hot, trying to outbrake, trying to make up positions early, and you know, it all just ends up being a great big mosh of metal and poor sim racers. People swearing at TV screens. I've been there, I've done it. It's more relaxing this side. Don't get me wrong, when you get a damn good race side by side with somebody, you know, It's great. Looks like everyone had a little bit of fun in that race. Or maybe not Janio. Be interesting to find out what happened to him. And again, didn't quite see it. So not sure if he went into turn one a bit hot, bounced off the wall, or whether he was coming in and someone clipped him. But he hit one wall and then he was flying across the track into the other wall. That was pretty much his race in the bin, 6 or 7 seconds down, I think, by the time he managed to get up to speed. About 12 seconds down, 11 seconds down from the leader, I think, 11 or 12. So yeah, he had his work cut out for him. He does start quite close to the front of the grid. Where did you finish? 10th, so you start second on the grid tonight for race 2, Janio. Hopefully that keeps you out of danger. Hashtag vape, puff, huff, summer, instead of hashtag light a click. So what can Malcolm do in race 2? Can he weave his way through the field? On a bit of a show in race 1 there. Again, stomped qualifying. Led race 1 from start to finish. Can he do it? Can he get the second win tonight? It is 2 races, isn't it? It's 2 races. I'm right. Because the hat-trick is it pole, race 1 win and race 2 win. Dominator, are you entering race 2? Are you going to remember to put yourself in? Don't forget, Dominator. Should we remind him? Why hasn't this got emojis? I want emojis. Say so much more with an emoji. So, as Dominator, remember to press the green tick. There he is. There he is. So Manchester United losing more points this season than due to missing race 1. But he is in the lobby for race 2. So 12 drivers on track then for race 2. What a tricky chicane. 4 wheels off the circuit, obviously, for RCMBE2. Them's the rules. Not that I never thought there was any kind of penalty zone here at Tokyo, with the fact it's just concrete and metal all the way around it. But yeah, through that little chicane, Screw you guys. That's what it said. Have a penalty zone. Right. Janio slammed the brakes on at the end. Why is he in first? Anyway, here it is. Race 2 just about to get underway. Reverse grid from race 1. Apart from the fact that Janio's on the front. Did he have half a second penalty or something? Did he let Dazzler win? Let's have a look. They get underway then for race 2. Dazzler looking for a little look up the inside. Janio cuts him off at the last second into a little kink. Dazzler has scooched one up the inside, but he's not been able to carry the speed. Janio gets through there cleanly this time. Into the left-hander they go. Nobody left spinning round so far. Oh, tricky through there though. Don't even know which car to look at. 27 cars wide going down the hill. Hattelad saying no to them all. He was just look at, oh my god, who's in front there? It's like 7 people coming towards me. Look at it, like a swarm of angry bees. I'm not even looking at the front. Oh, all back into a line, you lot. Oh, that was awesome. Janio then. Leading the way, half a second over Dazzler. Into the tunnel they go. Dazzler getting a tow up the hill. Jotsky sticking with them, 0.6 of a second back himself. A little bit of a battle again going off for 4th position. The ball hops under pressure from Hattelad at the inside into this over the hill top-hander, right-hander. Treviso slings himself out. I'm not sure he was looking to get past there. Somebody, Tim CLK. Oh, Tim CLK. Was that you, Tim CLK, that got pinned into the wall? I think it was. I think he managed to get out of it, but well, Pops unfortunately got tangled up somewhere. He's now down in 12th position. So Janio continues to hold that lead position then. 0.4 of a second. Time comes down due to the slipstream on that start-finish straight. Dazzler and Bajonski close up on that race leader. He does carry a little bit more speed through that corner actually. Dazzler and Bajonski getting a little bit tangled up with each other through there. Down towards this hairpin then. Different lines on the way through there. So just about to break the toe is Janio. Is he? No, I don't think he is. Long straight then for these two to try and close up on race leader Janio. 0.8 of a second currently. I don't think they'll get to him for this top right-hander. They will bring that time down. There is Bajonski, Hattelad definitely involved in this fight. Dazzler for a massive drift on the way through there. Holds on to it though. Tight on the exit. Still in slipstream range of these guys here as well behind. Dazzler will close up again, dragging Bajonski and Hattelad into the fight for this lead position. Turn 1, Dazzler closes up under braking, drags those other 2 drivers with him. All kicking off here then. Let's get ourselves on board with Hatter. So nobody in his mirrors, just see a little dot of a car appearing. Having a little look at Dazzler into the hairpin, side by side on the way through there. Oh, Bajonski hits a big lump of curb, slows them down a little bit. Hattelad not quite able to carry the speed up the right hand side. Baxter took himself under that rear wing of Dazzler, but now carrying great speed up this long straight. Again, tricky to overtake down here. Let's back that off a little bit. Again, it can be done, but you've got to risk it. Atalad's going for it, side by side with Dazzler. He now gets the slipstream off Pajonski up the hill. Gets that position into third then for Hatter. Dazzler did everything he could to try and fend him off, but it wasn't to be. They are all closing up. That was the wrong thing, gone too far again. They are all closing up on Janio here a little bit. Pajonski now on the chase car, 0.7 of a second behind him. Hatter in third. No, Dazzler's fallen off the back of that little fight. He's got the chicane wrong, picked himself up half a second penalty. 1.2 seconds down from those top three. RC MBE2 in fifth. Punch up going on for sixth. Treviso and Malik side by side into turn one. Oh, Treviso trying to carry as much speed through there as possible. Not quite able to hold on to that six from Malik. He's got a mirror full of Tim CLK and Chalky as well. RC MBE2 not too far in front of this pile of four drivers. IT43 into 10th then. Number one Pops in 11th, manages to pick himself up half a second penalty. Dominator remembered he's racing tonight, and 12th position currently. Oh, deep into that chicane, into the hairpin. Carries far too much speed through there. Hatter, what have you done? You've done a thing. You've done a thing, haven't you, Hatter, into the hairpin? I know it. Now he is the chase car and bringing that time down, 0.6 of a second, 0.5 of a second. All over the back of Janio now then. Pretty much at the 7-minute mark. Janio's just starting to come under threat really for the first time in this race. Oh, definitely under threat now then. Janio picking up half a second penalty. He gets away with losing it this lap, so he will hold on to that until next lap. Hattelad goes through. Janio not carrying the speed through there. Pajonski's going to come past and take that position off him as well. Unfortunate for Janio. Chicane just costed him 2 positions, and it's going to cost him a little bit of the fight as well. He's got to keep himself on the tail of these two for pretty much the rest of the lap until he loses this penalty to stand any kind of chance of holding on to a podium position here. But it is Hatter that's taken the lead, and 0.6 of a second lead he has over Pajonski. Again, Pajonski just got to keep it a little bit calm, not really worry about Janio. He knows Janio is going to have to lose that penalty. Dazzler still trying to close the gap back up. RC MBE2 now under all sorts of pressure. We've got Malik and Treviso breathing down his neck. Malik's managed to pick up half a second penalty here, although he may get past RC MBE2. Drivers both sides of him, and they both come past on the left hand side towards this over the hill right hander. Treviso couldn't hold on to that one, so he's had to back off. Malik's managed to get through. Treviso not yet. RC MBE2 holds on to this 6 then, stays in this slipstream of Malik. Malik's going to have to lose this penalty through here. Lose this position to both of these drivers again then. Comes off of line, drops that penalty. Treviso comes firing through as well. Stays on the rear end of RC MBE2 down towards this little kink to the right, and then down towards turn 1. Can Treviso slingshot one up the inside? He backs off a little bit early. Closes right up though, gets all under RC MBE2's rear wing here. absolutely nowhere for him to go though, unfortunately. Can he get a run on RCMBE2 down towards the hairpin? He falls back a little bit on the exit of that complex of turns. Malik looking a little bit dangerous up the inside, but there goes Treviso. He had a little look, but not quite enough room for him to carry the speed through there. But they are pushing hard now. Right, let's get back to the front, see what's kicking off. Hattelad, oh, come on camera. Hattelad then continues to lead, still holds 0.6 of a second over Pajonski. Dazzler, 2 seconds back. Janio, what has happened? He only had half a second penalty. 3.6 back from race leader, and he's almost a second back from Dazzler in third, and Dazzler's 2 seconds back from first and second. What happened, Janio? RCMBE2 continues to defend this 5th position. 10.5 minutes in. Treviso chasing him down, 6th position. Malk in 7th. Oh, RCMBE2 gets a... Car just let go all the way into that chicane. Into the wall he went. Treviso and Malak get through then. Oh, what a shame for RCMBE2. He's doing a great job defending these 2 fast drivers. These 2 having a battle amongst themselves might allow RCMBE2 to bring that one back to them. Tim CLK as well back involved in this fight, as is Chalky and IT43. Of drivers here then. Warm Pots a little bit further back, 8.4 seconds, and Dominator another 5.4 seconds down in 12th. So Hatter's managed to find some time as well. Pajonski's gone off circuit, he's picked himself up half a second penalty. 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds in the green then for Hatter. There is Pajonski. So that little mistake's cost him about 0.8 of a second. Dazzler is now 1.1 seconds behind him. And closing. Pajonski's still got a penalty to lose, which will be at the end of this lap. Can Dazzler hunt him down? Janio as well wants one of those positions back, I'm sure. Treviso and Malak side by side up and over the hill. Treviso just hanging on to it. Malak trying everything he can to try and keep that car side by side with Treviso. Down into this chicane they go. Both drivers getting a little bit of a wobble on. Did look like Malak's carrying a little bit more speed on the way out of that. Let's have a look. Treviso picks up a penalty. Get away with it this lap, but Malak is carrying that little bit more speed, gets the tiny bit of slipstream off Treviso down here through the little right hand kink. Nothing Treviso can do then, just carrying that little bit of extra speed. Malak gets himself back into 5th again. Treviso's now got a penalty to lose on this lap. When he hits that start and finish line again, start and finish straight. They close up on Janio, only 1.2 seconds behind him at the minute, these 2. But it is all falling into Hattelad's hands here. 2 seconds lead currently over Pajonski. Pajonski's had a penalty to lose as well. He's now got a rear wing absolutely blinded, full of Dazzler. Is that meant to be on board? Bit high, that does. Dazzler then closing up through these S's under the tunnel. Should have stayed in the slipstream running up the hill, Dazzler. Both drivers keeping it out of the wall over the top, down towards this chicane then. Any mistakes, Dazzler closes up under braking. Pajonski gets a better drive on the exit. Again, all working in Hatter's favour. 2.3 seconds up the road now. There is the gap back to second place. Pajonski. He's in the clear a little bit at the minute. Dazzler's fallen off the tail of him, 0.5 of a second back at the minute for Dazzler. A little bit of work to close that gap back up. Mallock up into 4th then. Gets himself past Janio. Treviso lost that penalty. Now looking to close the gap on Janio himself. A second down at the minute. Tim CLK pushing. IT43 made up a couple of positions, but he's also got himself a little bit of a penalty to lose as well. Oh, clipping the wall through there. Chalky in 9th. RCMBE2 in... Oh, what a shame. He was in 5th position and defending well. Down in 10th now, RCMBE2. Number 1 pops in 11th. And Dominator closing up on him. 1.1 seconds between those two. It being last lap ding dong between those. It is last lap now then. Hatter continues to lead. 2.3 seconds up towards this over the hill right-hander. Chicane and the final corner to go. Johnski could be the one sweating a little bit more though. Under threat from Dazzler for that second position. Hatter down towards this chicane. Cleanly through there for him. Johnski and DMK Dazzler as well cleanly, but I think Dazzler's a little bit too far back. It is going to be Hatter that takes the win. Johnski's going to come home in 2nd. Dazzler 3rd in the end. Mallock closed the gap but has to come home in 4th. Treviso did take 5th. Manages to just get in front of Janio. He takes 6th. Tim CLK takes 7th. IT43 takes 8th. DMK Chalky takes 9th. RCMBE2 10th. Number 1 pops. Oh, could be 10th. 11th. It is going to be number 1 pops. He does take 11th. Dominator comes home in 12th, but almost pushing him across the line then. And there it is. Round 5 of the DSC Premier League. Done and dusted. Hatterlad taking a win. Luton Town, in fact. So yeah, I did have a mobile phone somewhere with all the details on. Looking around now, God knows. Downstairs, who knows? Who knows? Probably left it downstairs. That's what I think. So that's it for tonight. We have got the final round next week of this. We are live from Fuji next week. Again, it's hard tyres next week, so they've been a little bit loose on the mediums tonight. It's going to be interesting to see them next week at Fuji on the hard tyres. That's what we've got lined up for you. Same time, same place next week at 8 o'clock. So what else have we got? Treviso, lap 2, race 2, hairpin. Yeah, just many Treviso. That's all I saw. Headlights and stuff coming towards me. It was maniac, if that's what you're talking about. It might have been lap 1, but yeah. Oh, it might have been lap 2 actually. If you've crossed the line, yeah, down towards the hairpin, you would have crossed the line. So that's, I don't even know. I don't even know how it works on this particular circuit. I forgot what I was talking about. Treviso completely. Yes, I know what I was talking about. Thursday, starting at 9 o'clock, the new P1RC Renault Clio League. So that's going to be 3 races. Tyre wear goes up each race. I think they have to use a set of mediums at some point and that kind of stuff. So that's Thursday at 9 o'clock. We've got the second round of the GT World Series as well from P1RC on Sunday night, also at 9 o'clock. And again, Monday night next week, same time, same place. There you go. I was right, Treviso. Same time, same place. We've got the finals here at, or not here, at Fuji. At Fuji, we've got the finals of the DSC Premier League. Again, all these maniacs, but on hard tyres instead. And they're not even racing hards. They're sports hards, so it's more of a challenge for them, so to speak. So let's have a think then. That's yeah, I've talked about what I need to talk about. You know what's coming up next. I know what's coming up next. I hope you've liked what you watched, people. If you have, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Most of all, what I want you to do is tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker, I'm out of here.